you ever missed someone who broke your heart? Someone who lied to you, disappointed you, or made your life harder than it needed to be? It doesn't make sense, does it? If they hurt you, why do you still think about them? Why do you miss them? And why is moving on so difficult? The answer lies deep within human psychology. Have you ever caught yourself missing someone who hurt you? Maybe it was an ex-partner, a friend, or someone you trusted deeply. You know they weren't good for you. You know the relationship caused pain. And yet, part of you still misses them. You think about the memories, the conversations, the moments you shared. And sometimes you even wonder if letting go was the right decision. This experience is far more common than people realize. In fact, one of the strangest things about human psychology is that we often miss people who caused us the most pain. But why? Why would the mind hold on to someone who hurt us? The first reason is that the brain doesn't remember relationships objectively. It remembers them emotionally. When a relationship ends, the mind often highlights the good moments while slowly fading the bad ones. Psychologists sometimes call this rosy retrospection. It's the tendency to remember the past as better than it actually was. The arguments become less vivid. The disappointments become less painful. But the happy memories remain. As a result, we don't miss the relationship itself. We miss the version of it that exists in our memory. Another reason is that people become part of our routine. Human beings are creatures of habit. We get used to certain messages, certain calls, certain conversations, certain people being present in our lives. When they're suddenly gone, the absence creates a void. And sometimes we mistake missing the habit for missing the person. What we truly miss isn't always who they were. It's how familiar they felt. Another powerful reason involves emotional attachment. When we spend enough time with someone, our brains create strong emotional bonds. These bonds don't disappear overnight. Even after a relationship ends, the attachment can remain. That's why people often know they should move on long before they're emotionally ready to do so. Logic and emotions don't always move at the same speed. Your mind may understand the relationship is over, but your emotions may still be catching up. There's also something else happening. When people hurt us, they often leave unanswered questions behind. Why did they change? Why did they leave? Did they ever really care? Could things have ended differently? The human mind hates unfinished stories. It constantly searches for closure, and until it finds it, it tends to revisit the past again and again. But perhaps the most important thing to understand is this. Missing someone doesn't mean they were right for you. It doesn't mean you should go back. And it doesn't mean the relationship was healthy. It simply means they mattered to you. It means they were part of your life. It means you're human. Too many people confuse missing someone with needing someone. The two are completely different. You can miss someone and still recognize that they're not good for your future. You can cherish memories while accepting that a chapter has ended. And you can feel sadness without allowing it to control your decisions. The strongest people aren't those who never miss anyone. They're the ones who understand that emotions don't always tell the whole story. They allow themselves to feel, but they don't let feelings rewrite reality. Because sometimes the person you miss isn't the person they were. It's the person you hoped they would become. And there's a huge difference between the two. So if you're struggling to let someone go, remember this. Missing them is normal. Thinking about them is normal. Even loving them may be normal. But none of those things mean they belong in your future. Sometimes healing begins when we stop asking why we miss them and start asking whether they truly deserve a place in the next chapter of our lives. Missing someone who hurt you doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. But never let nostalgia convince you to return to something that once broke you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.